Welcome to the JWP podcast. This is future Gabe and Tyler because we forgot to record an intro. So I'm throwing this in the beginning and then it's going to not a hard cut, but it's going to cut into us talking.
Yeah.
There you go. There's the intro.
Fucking 20 pills a day.
That's how I used to feel. You see my desk?
Yeah, like I just be like I can take them all at once, but I take them in batches now. Like I take them in batches. Like I'll have like, all right, so this one right here is my DIM and my 2 fish oils and then my 2 ashwagandhas. and then I'm like, all right, here's my 4 fucking vitamin Ds. Here's my vitamin C. Here's my biotin. All right, so here's my ginseng. Like I'm fucking like I'm doing like batches of taking these fucking pills.
That's how I used to do it too. I just go based on what they look like. I'm like, these look like the same one. I can swallow all these at the same time.
Well, it's
and
not
I go by
like,
sizes.
It's not about swallowing. Like I can swallow a big load, but like it's like I gotta take them all at once. But it amounts to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 pills. So it's like,
damn,
that's a lot of pills.
I'm only taking like maybe 10, maybe like 9.
But a lot of those are vitamins though.
Why just take a multivitamin?
Yeah, but I don't know. Like I feel like when I do a multivitamin, I feel like I'm not getting what I need. You know what I mean? Like when I have like a bunch of pills in my hand of like all these different vitamins, I'm like, yeah, like this is this and this is this. Like I can like see it. But then like I think about how many pills I have, and that's not even all the vitamins I need to take. And I look at like one multivitamin, I'm like, no shot, this has the same amount of vitamins in there. Like it does not feel the same.
He's just goated,
like
man.
I have to trust the process with it. Like the FDA can't lie on nutrition labels.
Yeah.
But like I don't feel like it's the same thing.
I mean, most multivitamins have less than if you were to just get like a straight vitamin B. Like it's not gonna have as much, but I mean, they're still.
Oh, I forgot about the B.
Goated.
So 19. I forgot about B.
You double scoop everything?
What do you mean double scoop?
Double pilling?
The serving's double. Well, the serving on most of them are 2. The vitamin D, the serving is 2, but I double that because because every pretty much everyone's deficient in vitamin D, so like it's okay to have excess vitamin D.
I think the only thing I double was just what it tells me to double, which is magnesium. That's the only thing.
I eat bananas though.
I don't. I mean, I do sometimes, but I don't know. It sucks because I'm the only one in this house who eats bananas, so they go bad if I don't eat all 6 of them in 6 days. Anyways, do you want to just record a regular episode first and then do the draft?
I do not care.
Because then, I don't know. It's up to you. We've already kind of cold opened here.
I guess we could we could just do a regular one.
I haven't put a timer though.
Just subtract like 4 minutes.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Oh, I didn't finish telling you. So like, so the girl at work, she was showing like telling someone to do curls, and she had like 3 pounds like dumbbells, and then we were just talking because she works out, and we were just talking about like how much we lift and stuff like that, and like I don't want to be like mysterious anime guy, like oh dark mysterious, but like I don't like telling people how much I lift because like I don't feel like I'm excessively strong, but I am very strong compared to like a normal person, right? Yeah. Even someone that goes to the gym compared to like a normal person that goes to the gym, I am like, not to suck my own cock, I'm strong, like a lot stronger.
Yeah, but you're saying like to most lifters though, you're not though. Like
yeah,
most
like if you look at
like
compared to like Sam Solek, like yeah, I'm not gonna compete against this guy. Yeah. But if you go against like Joe Schmo that goes to the gym twice a week, like yeah, I'm stronger than him, like by a pretty significant margin. So we were talking, and we were talking about like curls, and I asked her, I was like, well, how much do you think you can curl? She's like, I could probably do like 15s or 20s, like dumbbells. And I was like, no shot, because like she's not jacked, but she's not like small either. Like she has a good like solid frame on her. She also played college basketball, and I'm like, she worked out like all 4 years in college. Like I feel like you could probably curl at least like 25. So then she was running the dumbbell rack, and she like started with 15. She's like, oh, that was really light, and I was like, yeah. So go like 20s, and then she like pumped up 20s, and then she's like, all right, so like I think I could probably get 25s. I was like, honestly, I think you can get 30 for one. Like if you're like all out, balls to the wall. And she was doing like at the same time, which is harder than like a single arm.
Yeah.
Right. So then she got up to 25, doubled it, and then she got like 2 reps, and then she like failed on the 3rd rep. And I was like, well, try like 1 at a time. It's easier. And then she's like, what do you? Because she's not the smartest. And then she's like blonde, and she's very like, she plays into like the ditzy blonde role. And
as
she was
blondes.
yeah, exactly. And she was like, what do you mean? I was like, just try it. So she was like, oh, that's easier. And then she got 30s for 1. Like, she said she wasn't a full rep, but I was like, you went pretty much all the way up. I'll cut that as a rep. And she went both arms. And then she was like, well, she's like, how much do you curl? And I was like, I don't really like go heavy on dumbbells. Like, I'll go heavier, but I'll do like, 8 to 10 to 12 reps or whatever, right? And it's usually at the end of a workout, so I'm already pre-fatigued.
Yeah.
So I was like, I usually like I don't know, like 35s or something. And she's like, well, grab the 35s. So I was like, no, like, I'm not going to do it. Like, we're not going to do this right now. You had your fun. I had my fun, but I'm not going to lift like in front of people. So she was like, yapping on me. So then I was like, all right, fine. So I picked up the 35s, like light work. And then she's like, you could probably do the 50s. And I was like, no, because like, I haven't like curled 50s before. Like, I don't think I've ever curled 50s before in my life, like on a dumbbell. You know what I mean? So I was like, no, I don't think I can. And then she was like, get the 50s, and I did that. Dude, I was pumping that shit out. You know what I mean? So now I'm like, I wonder how much I could do. And I'm like, realistically, I think I could probably do like 60s.
I think it's just mainly like what you were saying. It's usually when you do curls, it's after majority of your workouts.
I'm already exhausted.
Yeah, you're fresh right there, so you could do way more.
Yeah, and I only did like, with the 50s, because that's the highest that we had is 50s. And I only did like, I want to say like 3 reps per arm. Dude, the pump was nuts. I almost had veins popping out. I was like, oh my God, this double scooping creatine kind of hitting right now. Those electrolytes are hitting my system.
Have you seen that? Because I think that kind of goes into like the science of it. I've seen this. There's this machine. That,
Max machine, yeah.
It's like the guy who he says he only works out once a week for 12 minutes because the machine just pushes him to failure on every muscle group. Yeah. That thing looks pretty cool. I do want to try that. Yeah.
Those things I've it's been around for like 3 or 4 years now, maybe 5 years. And my university didn't have it, but we had something similar to it. It was like this big contraption with like bands, and it was hooked up to a computer. And it would like calculate like how much. It wouldn't calculate your 1 rep max the way that this machine does. It would just give the right resistance. So you have to manually put in. It was like a rudimentary version, basically.
Yeah.
Because this one,
a cheaper version.
Yeah, because like the one that you saw, that we both saw, that one is like it adapts in real time to what you're doing. So the amount of force you put through, it like scales proportionately. And the only thing that we had like that at university was this thing called a Wingate test, which I think I've told you about the Wingate. It was the bike. You had to go like max effort for 30 seconds, and then I like, almost passed out and threw up. And like I couldn't walk for like an hour. That was the only thing we had that was like real time adaptation. But this one, you'd put in like what your bench max is, and then it would like go based off of that, basically. You know what I mean? And it would still ramp up the intensity, but only up to like what you've manually put in. Whereas this one, you don't put in anything. It just adapts to you in real time. But that thing looks fucking dope. But I was saying, like that thing like the thing at my university was like $15,000. And it's like a rudimentary version.
Yeah.
Like I can't even imagine
the
like
real version,
the real one.
Probably.
That's like nuts, man.
Yeah.
Like the cost of that. That'd be so cool going to a gym and doing that. Like I
think I want to try it.
I think that would be a great like a starter. Like get your muscles fired up. Like really, get a little warm up set going, little warm ups for everything, and then you just hop in there and just fucking go ham for one set. The pump, and then you just carry the pump to the workout. You know what I mean?
You could. I mean, I think the whole point of it is that
you only have to do it. Yeah.
Yeah. And going more than that might be a little too extra. But yeah, on the topic of workouts as well. So I was telling you earlier, but we did this wall at work where everyone, I don't know why, some guy, he was like one of the guys, he was like, no, I'm just curious, what's everyone like? He wasn't doing it to be competitive. Yeah. He was just like, I'm just curious. He just was curious about everyone. So he was like, he started a chart where he did like weights, squat max, bench max, and I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Just our body weight, and our squat and our bench max. Then we started that, And then it started getting competitive. Everyone's looking at him. And they're like, no shot. This guy's 190, just like me, but he's benching 50 more pounds than me. So then people started getting competitive, and then some people were like getting butthurt, like, I'm not being put on that wall. Don't put me on the wall. I'm not gonna say my numbers. And then I was going up, and I was like, I don't know. Like, genuinely, I don't work out to like fail. I don't do like the maxes anymore. I haven't done maxes in forever, so I don't really know what my maxes are at this point. Especially because when I do stuff like maybe not squats as much, but like bench, it's usually not the first thing I do. So I'm usually a little fatigued on my chest before I go to it. So I'm a little curious though, because I feel like I've probably gotten stronger. So I'm curious on if my maxes have gone up. So I kind of just like guesstimated, and I was like, they're probably this or something.
What did you guesstimate?
So like, I guesstimate. I think last in my logs, my squat max was 275. So I was like, probably 285 now. Give myself 10 extra pounds up, probably stronger. And then bench, I was like, all right, bench, I'm not gonna lie, I capped because I was like
225. Yeah, no,
I said 215.
Okay.
I was like, I could do 200. Let's just throw 15 pounds on there. Like, maybe I could do it. Who knows?
What's like a toddler?
Yeah.
You know, like what's an extra toddler? Just whatever.
Yeah. It's like, I probably could. I haven't done it, but I probably could.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to say that just so it makes my numbers look better, especially because I'm a lot lighter now than I was back when I did those weights. So my numbers look really good compared to what they actually would have been. Because I don't know, for some reason he wasn't like, he said your all-time like max, but then you just said your current weight.
I used to be a professional strongman, and I lost 500 pounds.
Exactly. So it's like the scales are out. There's this one guy, bro was like 217 right now, but he was at one point like 240. So his bench max is like, I think he said 375. I was like, dude, well, he's still huge. Granted, he's still huge, but no shot he's throwing up 375 right now in this current stage. At 270, he could, but I don't think he would.
That's pretty intense, yeah.
Yeah. Also, there's this one guy, dude. I mean, granted, he does do competitions, so it's understandable. Bro is 155 squatting 405. Bro's insane. I saw like the number between 155 and then 405 being right there. This guy's crazy, bro. There's no shot. Yeah, that was pretty cool. I wish I got a picture of it because I wanted to like be able to save it and be like, all right, these are my rivals who I'm competing with there. And then one of the guys, he was like, anybody wants to train with me, guaranteed I get you stronger. Look at my boy over here, because he was talking about Robert. He's like, I've trained Robert 2 years ago. This guy was 135. Now he's 165. All me. And I was like,
what was Robert's? I do you remember his stuff was?
I think his bench was 285 and his squat was 365. Yeah, pretty strong for his body weight.
Yeah.
And I think Eli was literally just 10 more than him in both categories. But Eli's the guy who trained Robert. Allegedly. I don't know if that's true. That's what Eli was claiming. So if that's true, it makes sense he's stronger then. He's also like 10 pounds heavier, so
yeah,
it's all relative. Yeah. I was just curious. I'm like, damn. I don't know. Maybe let's give me like, I was like, give me a year. I can catch up maybe. I probably won't because these guys been lifting since high school.
Well, so you have to train for that. You know what I mean? Like strength comes with like building muscle.
Yeah.
But like you have to train for strength to be strong.
Yeah, it's like strength training. You have to actually do strength training. But also I know these guys have been lifting since high school, so it's like realistically, can I catch them? Yes, it'll be very hard though because they already have such a big head start on me. But I just said it just to say it.
Yeah.
But that was pretty cool. I thought that was pretty fun.
Yeah, a little friendly competition going on with that. Yeah.
That never hurt anybody. Also I guess we're just workout themed here today.
Yeah.
Brother, we've been starting the workout TikToks.
We have.
We've done two of them.
Our first, like, I'm assuming hate comments.
I don't think it was a hate comment.
I think you said it hatefully.
No.
I attribute malice.
I want to assume gym talk is usually nice, especially because of Joey Swoll. I think he's like brought in gym talk to the less toxic side. So I want to assume he's just like, oh, you guys are new. Okay. And he's going to offer like some suggestions or something.
Buy my course. It's like, all right, bro.
No, okay. Then.
A lot of gym talk is like, oh, you want to get big? Buy my course. It's like, I'm not going to buy your course.
Nope. I'm not trying to get big, buddy.
You literally put a whole, like, literally, I'll just go to your most recent video. You posted a full back day. Like, I don't got to buy your course. Yeah. I see it. Yeah. But, yeah, we started the gym talk, and we got that going. We've gotten 2 workouts. And I have a video, Walter and I did, like, lifting Pokemon. I think it was kind of mid, though. I think I want to, like,
lifting Pokemon?
Yeah, so, like, you buy a pack of Pokemon cards, and then you lift all the weights. So then the problem is that like a lot of Pokemon are actually really light, like sub 40 pounds. So like half of it is like it's like 10, 12, 15, and I feel like those make boring videos. So I kind of want to do it differently. There's this one guy that I follow.
Throw a 0 on the end of it.
Really?
Yeah, just like
so, and then some of them are like 3,000.
Then don't throw a 0 on those. Like if the number is good, don't throw a 0. If it's too small, throw a 0 at it.
But yeah, this guy he sets up the lifts beforehand. So he's like, these are my 7 lifts that I'm gonna do, and then he spins a wheel with every Pokemon on it, and then whatever it is, he attempts that. And there's like one is like a 500-pound bench, and he's like, that ain't gonna happen. I skipped it.
It could. You never know. You gotta try it.
So
if what's his name, the Gym Reaper can do it, anybody can do it.
But yeah, I feel like that'd be a good way to come about it. You just have the wheel you spin, and then it's like you don't get to choose what exercise. It's just like the exercise chooses you. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that'd be a fun way to do it. And I kind of want to try that. But Eduardo, I don't know. He's boring. He just did whatever I did. I'm like, that's mad boring. Like for exercises. Like,
oh, you were like, you got 10. Like, you're like, I'm gonna do a curl. He's like, I'll do a curl too.
Yeah, and then I'm like, oh, I'll do some. Or it's like, he either did the same thing I did because he is like not innovative and can't think of anything original, or he would just like do the same thing. And he's like, oh, it's 20 pounds, I'll curl. Oh, it's 25 pounds, I'll curl. It's 30 pounds, I'll curl. And I'm like, you gotta like throw some diversity into this. Like, do different things. You know, like one of the Pokemon cards we pulled. One of the Pokemon cards we pulled was it was a trainer card. So I had a trainer from the anime, and I looked it up. She was 19. So it was good. I did hip thrusts. She was like 135 or something. Because I want to be like funny and creative. Mm. And then Eduardo was like, I'll do a squat. And I'm like, that's basic, dude. Be do something different. Like curl that shit. I want to see you curl
135.
He could curl 135.
No, he cannot curl 135. He could bench it for sure. He can bench 135 easily.
But like, I feel like that would be more fun than like squat. Like squatting is like, unless you're doing a heavier weight for something like that, it's like the basic bitch. It's like curls and squats. Because like curls are just like everyone does curls, and then squats are like, yeah, I'd hope you could squat 135. But if it's like if you did like a seated shoulder press 135, I'm like, yeah, that's some shit right there. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like that's fun.
Standing shoulder press 135.
Like that would be fun. That's more creative. I'm like, I'm basic max warm up. And he didn't even hit depth, I don't think. And I'm like, that's embarrassing, dude.
Yeah, I've also we kind of agreed on this. Talking about missing the gym, bro. I've missed the gym in like 2 weeks on it. Like I think the last time that TikTok was the last time I went to the gym, and dude, I just feel like I feel super like weak now. I'm like, damn, now I'm gonna get back in the gym. I'm gonna lose all my gains. I'm gonna be small now.
Yeah, I haven't gone in like a week and a half. I went last Tuesday. That was the last time I did. And then I was gonna go Thursday, but then my schedule got changed, so I worked like a long shift. I shouldn't have time to go on Thursday. And then Friday, I was helping my grandparents move. So then like I low-key fucked up my neck. And then I just I didn't want to like work out and when I couldn't turn my head. So
neck day went a little too hard on Tuesday.
A little too hard on the moving boxes. A little too much.
What was it? Shit. Oh, but even though you haven't been going to the gym, you're still noticing like the cut's still fine. Like you're still.
Yeah, I'm not losing. I got down to like 205, so I went from 208 to 205 in the past like 2 weeks. But I've kind of set it because I haven't gone to the gym. I'm not burning those calories, so I've cut out more of the carbs. So like my lunches are just like hamburger patties. I have like half-pound hamburger patties. I'll have like 3 of them for lunch, and then just like some eggs throughout the day at work. So like I'm not eating a lot of like excess calories with that. So I feel like I'm like gaining. I'm slowly losing. Like I'm talking maybe 0.1 pounds day over day. Like it's like slowly going down. But I feel like once I get back in the gym, then
it's gonna speed up.
And like also water retention. So it's like you're retaining water from not working out, not sweating it out. So like once I get like a good cardio sesh, like a good hour and a half cardio sesh, like I'll probably drop like 3 pounds, like just off for water.
That's what I was thinking. like I just need to do like I think tomorrow had a good cardio day. I think I can burn off some excess water because I know for a fact, when I went to Canada, we were all super dehydrated. We were just not, because Canada does not like, I don't know if they just don't rock with water like that or what. That's just not available places.
That is something I've noticed, like watching TikTok. Pretty much, if you're not America, you don't fuck with water. Like, you just don't like water.
And I don't get it. I'm like, why, bro? This shit's good for you.
I'm fucking thirsty. Like, Japan, when we went to Japan, I'm like, can I get some fucking water? And they give me like a little glass. I'm like, be for real. Leave the picture. Come on.
Same shit in Canada. I'm like, this little ass guy. I'm like, bro, this shit's not enough, bro. I be drinking it. And I'll be like, as soon as they bring it, I'm like, next water, please.
Leave the picture.
Yes. Please.
At least in Japan. Biggest tub.
At least in Japan, most of them did leave the picture. Yeah, especially like the ramen places. They almost always left the picture.
Yeah, like Pizza Gaijin, like, leave the picture. But like their first thing is like, here's tea, and I'm like, no, I want to like drink some water. It's fucking like I'm thirsty. I've been walking all day.
Yeah, thirstarian is coming out.
I'm thirstarian. Give me some fucking water, man.
Yeah, so we were just dehydrated because like we were just not drinking water, and like the stores that would sell water, it was Aquafina and Dasani. It's like, bro, I don't want the shittiest brands. I'm like,
remember the Canadian water from the airport?
Yeah,
that shit like dehydrating your throat. It's like salt water. You're like,
that's like, what the shit be tasting.
The only time they be drinking water is when it's like flavored or salty. It's like, I don't want to drink this, man.
Dude, they just don't drink water. And I was like when we went to places, like when we went out places, like when we ordered water, they'd be like, that's it? I'm like, yes. What do you mean that's it? That's all I want is water. But water, he's like cheat week, so he's ordering soda everywhere we go.
Can I get a Dr. Pepper Zero?
No,
it's like
just straight Dr. Pepper. He was going full cheat week. He was
Dude, I think blood's probably like at least 240 now.
No, he's not. He's not that heavy. He's not that heavy.
He was like 230 before he left.
I picked him up. He's not that heavy.
He was 230 before he left. He told me.
Yeah, he's probably like 229. We probably lost weight. We were eating 2 meals a day.
Yeah, but some of the meals like
no, they weren't that. Well, like from Eduardo's story,
yeah,
they were small. They're not American portions. They were relatively small. We're eating twice a day. We were mostly walking majority of the days, so we're burning weight. I think I lost a pound. I think he lost at least a pound, maybe even more, because he has more excess weight to lose than I do.
But yeah, like on the water topic, there was a girl in my undergrad. She was from the UK, and she was like big into fitness, and like I'd see her like in the gym and stuff working out. And she said like ever since she moved to America, because like of the water culture, she's been drinking more water. She's like, I feel so much better. Like I feel energized. I get better sleep. Like I'm not as like angry all the time. I'm like, so the world just does not fuck with water at all.
I don't know why. Like why is that, bro? Just get with it. The shit's everywhere. Just get with the program and start selling water.
Selling good water.
Yeah, like Dasani needs to go extinct. Who the hell is leaving Dasani in company? I know it's like Dasani is probably just mainly getting carried by being in baseball and football games and shit, because that's how they sell more food, by making you dehydrated. If it wasn't for those, I feel like Dasani would be extinct right now. Like there's no reason Dasani should still exist. Aquafina as well. Aquafina sucks. Especially when it's like, I don't know. Like I just feel like I'll literally
cold Aquafina tastes like it's like room temp and dry.
Yeah.
It's like not refreshing.
I will almost take tap water over Dasani. And I did. In Canada, I would drink tap. They were like, you want to buy some Dasani or Aquafina? I'm like, no, we got sink. We got the sink at the Airbnb.
Sink water.
I'll drink the sink water. I mean, that's pretty much what we did. We just drank sink water.
That's like right when COVID hit, Eddie's dad bought like 70 cases of water or something. Do you remember this?
No, I don't.
He bought like a shit ton of water. Like maybe not 70, maybe like 50 like cases of water, like 24 packs of water, because like COVID first hit. And then like we went over there and it was all Dasani. I was like, dude, you're fucked.
I do remember.
I was like, dude, you're fucked.
Yeah, because
your dad fucked you, dude.
Because he had this whole like separate shed off of his house, and that shit was just
Dasani water. I was like,
dude, like, no mamas, bro.
I was like, your dad's trying to kill you, dude.
Because you're gonna be drinking it, but like, ooh, I'm still thirsty. Yeah.
See, I will say, like in the Dasani versus Aquafina debate, like I will say, like at least Dasani, I get refreshed initially. Like when I drink a cold Dasani, I'm like, yes. And then like later I'm like a little parched. But like Aquafina, it's like I drink it and it's like I just immediately feel dehydrated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know what minerals they're adding to the Aquafina.
More salt maybe?
It's not even salt. It's like they're adding like dirt. Like,
they might be.
Like, they like scientists busted out like their science sussy. They were like, okay, let's get some like clear
Science
dirt.
Sussy?
They invented clear dirt, and they put that shit in Aquafina. And they're like, okay, here's clear dirt. blends in.
Yeah, and
then they're like minerals for taste. Like I don't want minerals for taste, bro. Give me fucking water.
Give me straight water and I'm
like,
chilling.
My dad tells me stories of like his grandparents' farm up in Arkansas, and the whole house had well water, so it was like water from a well. So it's like even the water from the tap was from an underground reservoir under the well, and he's like, bro, there was no like added minerals for taste. It was just straight water, and that shit was refreshing. He's like, you take a sip, of like one glass of that is equivalent to like a gallon of regular water. Like now, and I'm like, damn, I need some fucking well water.
Bro has the goated water source.
I'm like the fountain of youth over here.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Dude, I just take Great Value water over most brands, to be honest, because I'm not even. One thing that's weird is actually my dad is very bougie with his water. He will literally pay like $2 more for expensive water because he says he tastes the difference. Which, like, granted, I'm sure you can, but it's like between Great Value, what does he get? Like Body Armor and like the other shit. It's like I don't know. I can't remember the name of it, but he gets like those more expensive ones. I'm like, do you need that? He's like, yes, I taste the difference. I'm like, it's just water, bro. At the end of the day, water's water. It ain't really that deep. But yeah, I did find myself missing water in Canada as well.
That's how I felt like the whole Japan trip. I'm like, man, I really just want some water. Like some good water. But like restaurants, they would at least give you water.
Yeah.
But like when I'm walking around, it's like I want it now.
And the convenience would sell like regular water too.
Like them big ass 7-Eleven waters.
Yeah. Like Canada didn't. It was Dasani. Dasani and Aquafina everywhere I went. I was like,
is Canada owned by Dasani?
They might be. They might be, honestly, because that's all I was seeing. They occasionally would have this generic brand, which I end up getting, but not very often. Most of the time, it was just those two options. Sometimes a Smart Water, but that was just the most annoying thing. Because at least in Japan, we were walking all the time, you could find the konbini and get some actual water. I just couldn't get that in Canada. And that was my biggest annoyance there. Yeah.
Yeah, I just hate the feeling of being dehydrated. Like, I feel like I was not in a bad way. I just like wouldn't drink water when I was a kid, and I was always just like chronically dehydrated. And then like when I was in high school, I used to carry around like a gallon, and then I just like started chugging like a gallon and a half of water a day. Then my body was like, oh, this is what we can do. This is fucking dope. And then now if I like consume less than a gallon a day, I feel like I'm actually like drying out, like SpongeBob from the SpongeBob movie. Like I feel like I'm like legit, like my eyes are like getting dry. Like, I don't know if it's placebo or not. My throat gets dry and scratchy. My nose hurts. Like, my whole body, like, shuts down if I don't consume at least 3/4 of a gallon a day.
I wish, honestly. My body doesn't tell me anything. I just kind of, like, feel dehydrated. And, like, my body doesn't be like, drink water or anything. It just kind of, like, chills. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. But that's why I'm always drinking stuff. Like... Pretty much
really
always,
are.
like I always need like a continuous amount of liquid like coming into my body so that I can just feel like normal.
You need to be constantly just swallowing things.
Yeah, basically. Otherwise, I just don't feel right, man. I think my body feels out of whack, out of equilibrium. You feel me? I think being thirsty is like top 3 worst things to feel, low-key.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I think depressed is probably up there.
Okay.
Personally,
so what? Like thirst. So like, if you put depressed number 1, thirst number 2. What's your big 3?
I would at least agree with you that I think being thirsty is worse than being hungry, because I've definitely just trumped being hungry all the time.
I'm just like, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't really body being thirsty. Like that shit kind of just like is crippling.
Once my mouth gets dry, I'm done.
Yeah,
like,
that's
I'm like,
crippling.
I can't think about anything else but drinking some damn water. And it has to be water. If I get to that point, it has to be water. Like now, I'm not bad, so I can just drink some like Gatorade. If I want to drink like some milk, like a protein shake, I'm fine. But like, if I get to that point, it needs to be water, and it has to be cold. Like I need to drink that shit straight from the like source.
I've only felt that way a few times, but it is pretty bad. Like the feeling of being like very thirsty is very bad. So I'll put it above hunger. We got like depressed is up there.
That's over there.
Low-key allergies kind of worse. I'll take that too. I don't know how bad your allergies are.
My allergies get pretty bad, I will say.
Because that becomes
and you
very
can't do anything about it.
I can't do anything.
You take medication, like it doesn't do anything about that.
Like I'm literally just stuck and I'm crippled at a certain point. Like that's just like
You're just
it's
nerved,
over.
Yeah. So yeah, okay.
Same.
So what, we got like what depression, allergies.
I think a fever is up there too, cause like a good fever, I have to because I get the shit where I get like cold, so I have to put a blanket on, and then I get hot, and I take the blanket off. It's like constant, nonstop.
Oh, dude. Okay, I don't know if it's gonna make sense to you, but it makes sense to me. Like a tummy ache, but like not just like any tummy ache.
Like food poisoning.
Yeah, kinda. So there's like for me, it's like there's two types of tummy aches. You have like a high tummy ache where it's like up here and I feel kind of like It's like when I eat something weird and I'm like, ugh, I feel like I kind of have to throw up, but it's like I don't. But then there's like a low tummy ache where it's like I feel like I have to shit my brains out, but like I can't. But then it also feels like I'm gonna throw up, but I can't. So I'm just like in this like weird like what's the word I'm looking for? What is the name of that place?
You're just like in an in-between zone.
Yeah, what the fuck is that called? You have like heaven, hell, and then what's the other one? What the fuck am I talking about? Anyways,
I don't know.
I'm in this weird middle like liminal space of like just feeling like ass. I feel like straight ass, and I can't do anything about it. Because like if I eat, I feel like I'm gonna throw up. If I drink anything, I feel like I'm gonna throw up. If I lay down, I feel like I'm gonna throw up. But then it's like I go to throw up, I can't throw up. So then I move, and it's like okay, now I have to shit. But then I can't shit. So it's like all this stuff is just staying in my body. Like it's like I'm taking like tick damage. Like every second I'm like I'm taking like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To my
that does sound like food poisoning, to be honest.
Yeah, probably. And I'm like I cannot do anything. I can't take medicine about this. I can't eat. I can't drink. Like I can't do anything. I'm just like crippled straight up. And I'm gonna put that above like allergies, honestly, because like allergies suck, but I can get through allergies. Depression.
Depression might just have to stay number one.
Depression might be the GOAT. Depression might be the GOAT. He might be the GOAT.
You know, like Stephen A. debates like random topics that people
like Lightning McQueen.
Yeah,
Lightning McQueen.
We should low-key give him that. Like, what's top 3 worst feelings? And I don't think anything's topping depression. Just see what he says. He's like, depression might be the GOAT.
Yeah, but like that feeling. Oh, I hate that feeling so much. It's terrible.
It's like thirst is like it might be top 10. I don't think top 3 though. Top 5 maybe. You could probably make an argument for it being top 5. He's not top 3 though. Definitely not. There's some upper
some
high
bangers
tier
up
ones.
there. Yeah.
Like he can be above like feeling cold, feeling hot, right? He can be above hungry, but like then there's like allergies come in, the fever, food poisoning comes in. Bad hangovers I'm sure are pretty bad. I haven't had a bad hangover. I've only had a okay hangover.
I've never been hungover in my life, so.
And what else did we say? Depression, obviously the GOAT.
Yeah, I feel like
PTSD probably is bad. I don't know.
I would assume. And like I'm sure schizophrenia isn't like cool.
I wouldn't say it's a feeling though. That's more of a disorder though. Say like PTSD. I was like, I don't know.
But then technically like you can go on depression because it's a psychological disorder.
Yeah, but you're feeling depressed, right? Like you don't say I'm feeling schizophrenic.
Issue.
Yeah,
that's part of the
Nobody
thing.
says
I'm
you feeling schizophrenic.
There's a feeling with schizophrenia.
I wouldn't put it up there with like depression.
I'm sure like severe paranoia would probably suck.
Yeah.
That would suck.
I imagine it sucks for me in Minecraft, so I imagine in real life it's probably pretty bad. Dude. You get paranoia in Minecraft, you start hearing shit, you start hearing footsteps and shit.
That would suck.
I'm like, where am I?
Sleep paralysis.
I've never had it.
Dude, it is tough. There was one night I was spending the night at your house and I was on the floor and I had straight up sleep paralysis and like you were awake. I think you were like at the desk or something. And I was asleep, and I started like breathing. You probably don't remember this. I was like breathing heavy, and you just like walked over and like kind of kicked my foot, and like that like jarred me awake. But like I was sleeping, I was like on my stomach, and I was like my eyes open, and I like, couldn't move, and I could see you like over there, but I'm like I couldn't move and I couldn't talk, and I felt like someone was like crushing me, and I was like, and then you just like kind of like looked, you just kind of kicked me, you're like. Eh. And that like jarred my body awake. So that was tough.
So I saved you.
You saved my life. You low-key saved my life.
The sleep paralysis demon was like low-key getting you, and then I was like, "Hey, get off him!" Like I low-key saw it. I was like, "What is that sleep paralysis demon doing? Get out of here!"
Yeah. That was fucking creepy. That one got me. Sleep paralysis sucks. It's not like a top 5, but it's like a not good feeling.
Yeah.
I hate it when I'm driving. and like I speed. I'm a speeder. I go like 25 over.
We're
casually.
Americans. Most people do.
We're Americans. If it's 40, I'm going 65 if I can. But I hate it like when I'm going fast. There's two things. So like when I'm going fast and then like the car in front of me is going slow, so I go to change lanes, but then the car in the lane next to me like speeds up, so I can't change lanes. And they catch up with the car in front of me, and then they go the same speed, which is slow. And I'm like, we could avoid this whole situation if you just let me go in front of you. We're the only 3 cars on the road. You're gonna fucking stop me from getting in front of you? Like, that's bullshit. Another thing is when there's like 3 or 4 lanes, and I'm going like 30 over, and then a car turns on from like a side street onto the main street. And they always fucking pull into my lane. Like of all, like only car on the road, and they always, without fail, pull into my fucking lane and go like 10 below the speed limit. And I'm like, this is bullshit. So I get over, and then they like fucking like they like boxing me out. I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
I believe these are more situations than these are feelings.
It happens like twice a day. The anger I get, like the anger I get from the situation, like the anger, and like I can't do anything about it. Like I can't. I guess like I follow them home, but like, that's
the goated strat, following them home.
But I can't do anything about it. So I'm just sitting here, like fucking, like Into the Night is playing on my speakers, just pissed off because like this car won't get the fuck out of my way so I can drive fast.
Unbridled anger might be up there because, especially when it's like. Realistically, what can you do when you're angry? Punch someone? What does that really cure your anger? Maybe it does for some people.
Temporarily, but like no, it gets you in trouble. That's what it does.
Exactly. So it's like then it's annoying, and then it's like now you dealt with your anger, but then you have to deal with the consequences of.
I think low key, like what might top the unbridled anger is like a super nagging annoyance.
Annoyance,
like
yes.
Annoyance. Like okay, dealing with
that might be number 2 for me. To be honest,
dealing with stupid people, like. I don't even know if it tops it. Like it's like the annoyance leads to the anger.
Yes.
Like I'm so fucking annoyed right now. I want to knock your ass out.
Yes, that is genuinely. I think that's 2. I think annoyance, like, especially like stupid idiots, like working at Sonic. We dealt with them so much. That's number 2, bro. That's just crazy. I'm like, how do you exist in this world being so dumb? How do you?
It's not feasible.
Move through life?
It's not possible.
It's just there's certain things where like people say, and I'm just like, there's no way you didn't know that. Like,
exactly.
There's no way. I can't even think of examples, but I just know, like.
Well, it's like, okay, not a specific example, but like when I was in like undergrad and we had like this one government class where we debate every week, and like people that debate and they think they're so smart, but they don't know anything. They're just going off like feeling, and they don't have anything to back up what they're saying. But it's like that constant like not willing to change. Okay, like Pokemon versus lions. Like the girl on TikTok, it's like the constant defiance of like Pokemon cannot beat lions because like lion ladder. Like okay, that's dumb. But like when you keep like digging into it, it gets so annoying.
Lion ladder. Like I love lion ladder.
Like it's like people that are, what is the word?
Ignorant.
Like not ignorant, but it's like it's more so they're like unwilling to change their stance on things. Like they're just so like steadfast and stubborn. Yes, they're like so stubborn, and those are the dumbest people. Because it's not like you could be stubborn and right, and that's one thing. But when you're stubborn and wrong, that is the worst thing. Because it's like one of us is wrong, and it's not me. So like you gotta change your fucking opinion right the fuck now.
But I mean, most people, especially Americans, are very stubborn. Like a lot of people just don't want to change their views on shit. And I think a lot of stubborn that you think of people that are just wrong, that comes to ignorance. They could just not know they're wrong. But because Americans are so stubborn, they're not going to be willing to learn that they're wrong.
Their stuff,
Exactly. And that shit's annoying to me. People are stubborn, which is most people. So that's why that was one of the main reasons I stopped debating. Like, cause I've told this story multiple times. Like I used to be in debate servers and shit, and just running into people who were like stubborn. I'm like, how are you going to be in a debate server and be stubborn? The whole point of this is to be open-minded and at least be willing to look at the other side. When you have all this evidence thrown at you, you're like, but nah. Like, and you start bringing feelings into the debate. I'm like, all right, bro. I'm not having a conversation with you. You're doing a debate here. Don't give me feelings.
Oh, you know what else gets on my nerves, dude? When someone can't understand analogies. I don't know if it's ever happened.
You've said this a lot. You used to talk about this a lot.
Like, because I use a lot of analogies when I try to explain something. Because, like, if I'm trying to explain something that's, like, higher level, to someone that doesn't understand like maybe that specific thing at that high of a level, I try to break it down into analogies because the analogies make things easier to compare, right? And then they're like, I say an analogy, like, but that doesn't make sense because blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, it doesn't fucking make sense because it's not a real thing. It's an analogy. I'm comparing something to something else. You know what I mean? Like I'm breaking it down in simpler terms. Yeah. And you're just like so dumb. Like an example of like it takes a village to raise a child or whatever. Saying that like not one person can't raise a child. It's like, but what about single mothers? And it's like, okay, you're not taking into account what I'm saying. It takes several things to like do something, you know?
That goes into some people using there's a certain person who does a lot.
Outliers?
Using outliers as like that's like, ooh, gotcha. No, it's not a ha, gotcha.
They use the exception as the rule.
Yeah, no, that's just called an outlier. There's an outlier for the fact, if I have to, when I'm talking with you, if I have to specify that there are outliers, then you're just not worth debating with. If you're gonna try and use an outlier, be like, ha, you're wrong because of this. If I say like, I don't know, like if I say something about like being deaf and blind, it's gonna be like that's tough to do anything in life. What about Helen Keller?
She wrote a book. It's like, oh my god, okay.
And I'm not even sure she
was real. She wasn't real.
I'm not sure she's real, first of all. But if she was, that's one person in the history of time who's done something while being that crippled. Like, if you're gonna try and use the exception, you have to at least acknowledge that is one person. It's not like it can happen to anyone. Sure, it could happen to anyone, but it hasn't happened multiple times. That's, you know who I'm talking about. There's a person that does all the time. Like, dude, if I have to say not always or sometimes, most,
you have to be so specific about your words.
Yeah, it's like, dude, at that point you're just wanting to argue just to argue. It's like, just accept that when I say certain things, like generally when I'm saying like it's always this, I don't literally mean always. I don't have to say not always, but most times. I don't have to say that every single time. Just understand I'm not speaking literally. I can't, I've told this person this multiple times. I can't speak definite about anything. So don't assume I am, because I don't know everything. So
exactly.
Why would you assume I'm speaking definite if I obviously don't know definite? Like if I'm saying everybody can, if I say like nobody can lift 600 pounds, to my knowledge, no, like maybe that's a bad example, but you know, like if I say nobody can do something, and then you put up like, how do you know? Have you met everybody? No, but I'm just saying.
Nobody eats Carolina Reapers for fun. It's like, okay, but like oh, but this guy on YouTube does. Yeah, it's like all right, you're gonna bring out the outlier, the guy that eats spicy food all day. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that guy does, but I don't know anybody that does that. It's like you don't want to have to ultra specify this thing.
And then his argument is just like, well, then don't use absolutes. I'm like, all right, bro, like.
To kind of piggyback off that, I hate people that you have to be perfect around too all the time. Like it kind of goes in that same sense of like you can't fuck up around them, and it's like because like
it's like the friend group you stutter. You're stupid.
I think you're dumb,
dumb, stupid idiot.
Or it's like you have a typo or something. It's like, oh, retard, can't spell. It's like no, clearly I can spell. It was a typo.
Eduardo used to spam this one meme back in high school. I don't know if you remember in the group. Oh, I don't think you were in that group chat where like if anyone would throw a typo, it's like the guy drinking the juice from SpongeBob. It was like stupid juice or something. I was like, dude, like it's not. It was funny at the time. And it's just like because I know Eduardo's not actually serious, but it's like there were genuinely people who were like, stupid, can't type. It's like, okay, bro, like be so for real. You've made mistakes before.
Like I saw this one TikTok of this guy. He's talking about this exact thing, and then he was like blueberries. And like blueberries.
I don't know anything about.
I never heard about blueberries. I know blueberries. It's like okay, like yeah, you got me.
I'll do it sometimes for jokes, but like there's people who genuinely make 24/7.
That's their whole personality.
It's like you're no fun. You're like like the TikToks where it's like I bet you're fun at parties. That's what I feel about those people. Like I bet you have fun friends groups, don't you?
Yeah, you probably live the party.
Yeah. Yeah, especially me. I know I constantly like make speaking mistakes all the time, so I don't not what I hear. Somebody's constantly like, that's a stupid idiot.
Yeah,
like all right, bro.
Yeah, because like I tend to like my brain thinks faster than my mouth, so I'll slur my words or I'll talk really fast and like I'll like slur or stutter, and then like a lot of times I can think of a word but I can't think of like what the word is. Like I mean it's happened like a couple times in this episode alone. If you like listen to me talk, I'm like, oh, what the fuck is that word? Like I know like the word but I can't think of it. People are like, oh, you're dumb. You can't. It's like no.
All those years in college and you can't think of a single word.
It's wasted.
It's like no, bro. Like sometimes it just happens. Sometimes things just slip your mind. Nope, never happens to me. I'm perfect.
Gets on my nerves. Annoyance has got to be up there.
Annoyances too, for sure. Like mainly because I can't I've heard stories about the legendary crippling depression. I just don't think much tops it. I've heard stories about it. It's legendary.
It'd be tough.
Allegedly. So that's got to be number 1, but annoyance got to be number 2 for me. I'm putting that above most everything we've talked about right now.
Annoyance is tough.
Yeah.
And then probably like it's like the crippling depression, like annoyance, unbridled anger.
Unbridled anger, like low-key kind of goes hand in hand with annoyance though, because it can lead to it.
See, like the thing is, like I feel like both of those are not number 1, but put together they could be number 1. You feel me?
Yeah.
You know, like
they could
carry each other to the top type thing.
It's the goated duo.
Ungoated,
if anything. Like yeah.
It's
like
the uncrowned king.
Yeah.
The uncrowned duo. The twin kings, the pair of kings. You ever watch Pair of Kings?
The Disney show?
Yeah.
I've maybe seen a couple episodes.
So you know, like the main girl. So there's like the two guys, like Mitchell Musso and then
Mitchell Russo.
Is it Russo? And then sure. Like Sean. So the two guys, right? And then there was like the girl that was like the same age as them, and then she had like the dad who was like the head guard. So I was watching Yellowstone with my dad, and like both the girl and the dad are in the show, and that threw me for a loop because like I saw her, I was like, where have I seen her? I'm like, I remember having a big crush on her. Like, I remember, like, her face. I'm like, man, she's, like, so bad. Like, I had a huge crush on her.
She is bad.
And then
the same girl you're talking about?
Let me see.
She is bad.
Let me see. Yeah, that's her. And I was like, dude, I had the biggest crush on her when I was a kid. Like, she was low-key my celebrity goat. And then, like, she, like, disappeared after Pair of Kings. And then I see her in this show, and I'm like, oh, that's where she's from. It's, like, Pair of Kings. And then, like, 2 episodes later, I see this guy, I'm like, why the fuck does this guy? Because he looks like Tony Gonzalez to me. And then like
the tight end.
Yes, like you know what Tony Gonzalez looks like?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh shit, he does kind of look. He does kind of look like him.
I remember because there was a commercial on Disney with Tony Gonzalez, and I was like, is that the same guy from the show? But I didn't know how to use the internet back then. I was like, I'm gonna guess it's the same guy. Like he's an NFL star and now he's an actor. That's cool. Not the same guy, but like they looks like they could be brothers, right?
They do look similar.
Then like I see this guy, I'm like, it's like Tony Gonzalez. I'm like, wait a minute, that's the same motherfucker from Pair of Kings. So I look it up, like, it is the same motherfucker from Pair of Kings. So it's funny that like they're both on Yellowstone.
Is Yellowstone good?
I've seen the first season. First season is really good. I like the first season.
Also, because speaking of shows, I know, dude, recently, I think the show game has been going crazy because people are talking about a lot of good shows that come out, like Shogun. Have you seen people talking about that?
My cousin talks about it, yeah.
Shogun's been getting really hyped up. Obviously, The Bear is still getting talked about, Invincible and shit. But just, I think these show writers, they're stepping their game
They're in the
up.
bag.
These shows are going crazy right now. Like ratings are, I haven't seen any of them, but I'm seeing people talk about it. I'm seeing the ratings. They're all like super high. It's like these shows must be really goated right now, and it kind of makes me want to get into my TV show bag.
Your show bag.
Yeah, especially like Shogun. A lot of people at work talk about Shogun and The Bear. So I was like, dude, I gotta watch Shogun so I can get on the conversation.
I want to wait for the first season to finish though.
It's like
I think it's close. I think
five episodes in right now, maybe something like that.
So like, I want to wait for the first season. I think it's probably gonna be 8 to 10 episodes.
Probably, yeah.
So I'm gonna wait for that to finish, and then I'm gonna watch it. But it's funny because like the main guy, I'm assuming the main guy. I always see him talking about it, but he's like the go-to like market like American Japanese actor. He was also in John Wick. He was the runner of the Osaka, the Japanese Continental.
In John Wick 3?
In John Wick 4.
Oh, okay, that guy.
He was the owner, the Japanese guy. He speaks English and Japanese, and like every time like I noticed he was in multiple things. He's always like the Japanese guy. He was also in Bullet Train. He was the guy with the cane. He's the Japanese guy. I'm like, he's just the token like older Japanese guy because he speaks fluent Japanese and English.
Yeah.
So it's like he always is in all this stuff that has anything to do with Japan, and he runs both of them. Anyways, so I saw him talk about it, and I was like, oh, if he's in it, it's got to be good. Like, if we're gonna be real, like, he's a good actor. I don't know his name, but he's a good actor. Yeah. He's probably the GOAT Japanese American actor, if I'm being real, that I know of.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? I'd have to look into it.
I don't know.
I'm not too much of a fan
guessing.
of Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan's Chinese.
Is he?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm racist.
Yeah. Bruce Lee's also Chinese.
I wasn't going to say Bruce Lee. I don't think he's a good actor anyways.
No, he was a good fighter.
He was, allegedly.
Well, allegedly, yeah.
Yeah.
I saw this thing, and someone posted, like, they found, like, his notebook with his workout logs, and, like, all his lifts and, like, how much weight and reps he would do. That motherfucker was weak. Love was like 95-pound bench press, 10 reps, and I'm like, that's it.
I mean, maybe for his time, that was pretty.
But he was
good.
also like light too,
like 115, right?
Yeah, like 110 or 115 or something like that. He was super light.
That's not bad.
Like relative to his body weight, I guess is not bad. But I'm like, people like would hype up like how strong he is. But I mean, like martial arts and stuff, he was strong. But like,
I mean, it's all legends and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to get into the segment we have now in this season with the magical room guy? Or not even always magical rooms. But,
oh, sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Hypothetical question. You go into a magical shop and are given a choice between 3 eldritch artifacts. Which one do you choose? Full explanation and caveats by the end. You find a mysterious shop near where you live that was definitely not there the day before, and you encounter the mysterious proprietor. Completely free of charge, he offers you one of the 3 following magical items that will help to make your life better in some way. First is a magic mirror that contains a mirror servant, a la Snow White. It can answer any question you ask it. Now, many questions it can answer in great detail, although all answers it can at least answer in a yes or no way. Its knowledge is nearly infinite, however, it can only infinitely answer yes or no questions. In other ones, it is merely just knowledgeable. The second is a portrait of yourself immaculately well done that, much like Dorian Gray's portrait, will age for you, it will take injuries for you, and you will continue to live as long as you keep the portrait safe. However, if the portrait is destroyed, you will not survive. Third is a blank magic book that anything that you write in it will come true within certain parameters. First, anything that happens has to actually be possible. Therefore, you could not create a purple dragon out of nothing because that's not possible. You could, however, have yourself win the lottery. The power of what it can cause to create is directly dependent upon how good of a writer you are. So the more well-written and the more convincing the story you put in it, the more powerful thing you can have happen. There is also a limited number of pages. Once they are gone, once the book is full, it loses all its power. You, of course, keep all the things that you wrote into having happen, but you can write no more new things in the book once it is full. Which of these magic items do you take from the mysterious shop?
I'm sure the editor showed you guys the TikTok as well in there. So we have our 3 options. Off rip, I know most people are going to say that the book is the best option. I'm going mirror, though. I think the mirror is just kind of goated. You saw in the anime draft, I took the Great Sage. I've always thought something like just having somebody to just ask questions and they just know the answer is kind of a goated thing to have. So I think I'm kind of leaning the mirror here, and I think I can do a lot more with it personally because I know I'm not that good of a writer for that. But I know you're probably leading book.
I'm 100% leading book.
Yeah, as most people are.
Yeah, like my whole thought process would just be like, if so when you're presented with an option like this where you get like one of a certain thing, my thing is like, could I feasibly get all of them? Right?
Yeah, as most people like, usually on his channel always.
Yeah, it's like, how can I weasel my way into getting all of them? And like my thing is like, I could just use that book to potentially write myself into getting more copies of the same book. Like it's feasible. The book exists in this world, therefore it could.
He said for the more powerful stuff, the better the story has to be written, though. So it has to be very well written for you to do something like that.
My whole life would be devoted to writing in this book. Actually, like first page, I'd probably spend like just me winning the lottery. So I'm set with that. I'm set.
For money.
Right? For money. Like I'm set, and then I just do real world shit with the money. And then like I would just weave the most immaculate story because all my time would be devoted into like getting more copies of this book, right? And then once I have, not like infinite, because you can't do infinite, but I can do like, I can have multiple volumes of the same book. I give myself like some leeway, and then I can somehow craft my way into writing me getting the other 2 items, procuring the other 2 items. Although I don't think I really want the painting, because like
that's basically just I will say it's one of the better versions of immortality, because it's immortality where you can choose where you can die. Yeah, so it's pretty good in that sense.
Yeah, but it's like, but you're also very vulnerable in that sense. Your Achilles heel. Yeah, because once it goes, you're done.
So like what if you just get like a little nephew or something that's like stupid and destroy the thing, then you die.
Dead.
Yeah. I'll just put that shit on the ceiling, I guess, so nobody can get it.
But I was thinking about the mirror though, because I do like the knowledge aspect of it, because it's near infinite knowledge.
Yeah.
But there's not unlimited answers. It's just unlimited yes or no answers.
Yeah.
Which you can kind of make your way to an answer with yes or no
Exactly.
questions.
Yeah.
But the thing is like just because you know something doesn't mean you could act upon it. So it's like what would you be using the mirror for?
Just bettering my life, like money wise, but like
how do I do this? How do I do that?
Yeah, just like I'm not thinking trying to be OP like the king of the world or anything. I'm just literally thinking, just better my life, get money, and get shit. Like, oh, how can I make the YouTube pop off? Like some stupid shit like that. Just easy things to also just help get my life better.
Write in the book that like we get
has
better.
To be well
and better
written though.
Yeah, but
I'm not good at writing. That's what I'm saying.
It's not that big of an ask though.
It's not. But it's like, I don't know, it's like what am I writing in the book? We just hit the algorithm, we go viral.
Well, it's like through multiple trials and errors, like, weave the story of like, we're still progressing ourselves and bettering ourselves, but then it's like we're following the progression of the book.
Because for me though, that would feel like cheating. Whereas the mirror is just telling. Yes, it's still cheating, right? But in a sense, it's telling me what to do. Versus I'm writing the story saying this will happen. The mirror's just telling me what to do.
What if you ask the mirror and it just plays one of those YouTube videos like how to grow your YouTube channel?
I'm like, ain't no way.
And it's like a basic like 6-minute video like how to grow your YouTube channel, how to grow your brand.
It should work in theory because that's the mirror says it. I'm like, if that's what he says, I'm gonna follow the YouTube video then.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it's just enough to like get me through, and it doesn't, because like the book to me feels like cheating, where it's just like I know this will happen. The mirror is just guiding me to things by telling me what is the right answer.
Yeah.
So it feels better for me that way because I don't feel like I'm just reality warping.
I got you, but I think for sure at the very least I would just win the lottery, and then like I think that would solve 100% of my problems, and then I'm just set for life.
I don't know if money's solving 100% of your problems, but it's solving a lot of them.
I'm pretty sure it's solving all my problems.
You still got to pay all the taxes on it and all nonsense.
Okay, I win $900 million. I say $1 billion. I win $1 billion. They take half of it. I still have $500 million.
I'm not talking about the aspect of them taking. I'm saying you still have to learn how to be rich. Most rich people that like get like the people win the lottery don't stay rich forever because they don't know how to be rich. So you have to learn how to be rich.
I understand that, but then I have like the book. I can just like Gabe learned how to be rich.
Gabe learned how to, Donald Trump stumbled upon me and taught me all his ways.
Gabe learned how to be a CPA, and then now he handles my taxes, and he wants to do it for free.
Jeff Bezos was just flying to the DFW area, and he was like, this Tyler kid, let me give him a chance. He just mentored you.
He just gave me $1 billion. Like, there you go. Yeah, but yeah, I think the book is a free. I guess I can see what you're saying though. Is like it is viewed as cheating because you're just given the stuff versus like having to like have the knowledge and working towards something.
Yeah.
But like in my thought process, like inevitably, if you work at what you're doing, like you take your approach with the knowledge, inevitably, if you do that correctly, you will end up. Let's say the finish point's $1 billion, arbitrary. You end up there. You end up a billionaire. But it's like from my way, I still have to write the story and go through the process of getting that $1 billion. As long as it's not just something like the lottery or something.
Yeah, but it just feels easier than like because the mirror is telling me real world in ways I'm getting this money, whereas you're writing the story saying this is how you will get the money. Whereas the mirror is just saying, hey, if you want to win the lottery, hypothetically, it's just like here are the numbers. Granted, that's an easy out, but if it's like if I want to look for like long-term success, I'm like, what's a way I could become self-sufficient with money? And it just tells me stuff like that. That feels like I'm still working, but it just feels like I have a smart guy in my corner just giving me like, hey, this is what you should do. This will help you.
Yeah, but it's not guaranteed he can give you like an in-depth.
No, it's not.
Because it could just be like no.
And that in a sense is better for me, that I'm not guaranteed things because I still feel like I think I'm the type of person that if I'm given too many things, I will become lazy. So I don't want an option like a book where I can just give myself things.
See, my thing is I would like to just have that freedom. It's not necessarily about like I wouldn't be lazy. I guess like in the sense of work, but I would do whatever. I'd have the freedom to do whatever I want, like the financial freedom, not having the burden of having to go to work. I can still choose to go to work. I can invest that money. I can start a business. I can do whatever with that money going forward to like keep myself busy or to make more money or whatever, right? But I would like to just inevitably have that freedom of doing whatever I want.
I got you. Like, I understand what you're saying. I'm just saying, me personally,
Yeah, no,
I
I
know
got you,
I would
yeah.
become lazy. So I know it's better for me to work for something than just to be given something. And knowing I can just constantly, it's not infinite because the book has pages, but like people were saying in the comments, they would just use like a regular notebook as like their rough draft, and when they think they've crafted something good, then write it in the notebook to save them pages. So I do understand it's still good, but just me personally, I know I wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't think the painting is a bad thing necessarily. It's just not what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for immortality. It's not my
I feel like
thing.
immortality with an out, because the biggest problem with immortality is that there is no out. You're just immortal. You're just always there. And it's like, it is nice to have the out, but like I said, it's your Achilles heel. Anything can happen. It could literally just be sitting in your room and your apartment just floods. Like, anything can happen, and it ruins the painting, and you're dead.
Mm-hmm. And then at that point, I don't think your life doesn't change at all, other than you just don't get injured, right? Like, other than like
you don't age, you don't get injured. Yeah,
it's like, other than that, your life is still the same. I don't feel like that's worth it enough to take over 2 items who could literally change your life for doing other things.
Exactly.
That literally just says you don't get hurt, you don't age, like, or I don't get sick. I'm assuming.
I think it's like everything is put upon the painting.
Yeah, so it's like, I guess that's cool, but it's like, I don't know. Getting sick and getting hurt is a part of life. Who knows? Maybe I'll become like a sociopathic monster if I don't get hurt anymore.
Nut up, yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it we have for this episode, unless you had anything else you wanted to say.
That's all I got.
Alrighty. Let us know what you guys would choose down below. I don't know if we said that last time, but yeah, let us know what you would choose down below as well, and why, ideally. And do all the YouTube stuff, whatever, follow the socials, do stuff. Follow the TikTok. Alright, see ya.